Are you live?
So, Lord, first we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Hashem
Bashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem
Bashem, Rakadash.
Rakadash.
From honors to the apostles who pray millstone, peace and blessings to your life. All right, real quick, we're just going to get right into it. All right, as pretty much people already know right now what the headline is. All right, we got Joe Biden as the presidential elect. All right, and you know, a lot of people are all, they take it as a matter of fact, get First Thessalonians 5th chapter. A lot of people take that as a sign of relief. You know, they're like, oh, yes, finally. You know, I was just talking to the brother about it. He said how he asked one of his friends who was happy that Joe Biden won, you know, and just for the record, we're not Trump supporters, we're not Biden supporters, we're prophecy supporters. Whoever it is that's going further prophecy, that's the side we're on. You know, now he asked the person basically, why are you happy Joe Biden won? Because you got a lot of people that will be like, oh, yes, Biden won. He'd be like, you happy? They're like, yeah. Like, why you happy? What, you a Trump supporter? No, I just want to know why you happy. They're like, well, at least he's not Biden. He's not Trump. That's their thing. A lot of people don't really support Biden for supporting Biden. I know people that hate Biden, but they hate Trump more. So they're like, you know what? You're going to get Trump out. That's the main objective, but you're not thinking ahead. Because Trump is out, but somebody's in. Okay? Now, from now to, what is it, January 20th, I believe? Or inauguration day, right? It's January. From now until then, a lot of things can happen. That's over a month. That's about 2 months and some change. You know, so anything can happen from now till then. A lot of people are in that sense of peace and safety. All right? Done. You just start at the top.
First Thessalonians chapter 5. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Of the times and seasons, you have no need that I write unto you. So we already know what time it is. You don't see us like, oh yeah. I mean, if we're excited because, you know, more than likely Biden's going, you know, make things move faster. But we're not excited because, oh my God, he's our new president. I simply care about that. Okay?
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
So we understand that when the time, all right, of the Lord's return comes, it's going to come suddenly upon people. They're not going to expect it, all right, as a thief in the night. Go ahead. Because when a thief comes, a thief doesn't come announced, all right? A thief comes low-key. That's why he's called a thief, okay?
Like come say I'm robbing you.
Yeah, like,
We robbing you around midnight tonight? Yeah, be robbing you.
yeah. Just be ready. I'll be there.
Cat burglars came because the cat moved silently, and they when you get your house burglarized, they move silently, so in time people heard cat burglars.
The Catwoman from that Batman series, that's why she always quiet as hell. You can barely hear her, you know?
My man from Description Lions, all the big cats and the pouncing.
Yep.
They gotta come like they crouch and pounce. Then they pounce once they close enough, you know. Yep.
And that's the devil. That's the devil. Hey, and if you notice, like when you look like under some of these animals, when you look like on the palms, it's like they have this sort of but under is like some form of, I don't know what to describe, but it's type soft.
For the cats?
Yeah. When you look at it, you know, they able to go all quiet and stuff. You know, but that's the same.
For when they shall say peace and safety,
So boom, when they shall say peace and safety. All right, we know we're not coming into a time of peace and safety, so we're not going to be saying peace and safety. All right, but the world is. Those that are without, those that don't know. Okay, so when they say peace and safety, then what?
then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Key word is sudden. Okay, the destruction is going to come suddenly. You're not going to expect it. Okay, you out here like rooting, yeah, and then next thing you know, you get hit. You know, like the brother mentioned earlier, you're going to get hit with a complete 180. You know, what you expected is not going to be so. Because the scriptures say that from here on out, really, all that's coming to this place is hell, calamity, and destruction. Gloominess. So, do you think that regardless of what president is in the office, that's going to stop that? Prophecy is the most powerful thing. You know, you can't stop prophecy. Okay? And according to prophecy, sudden destruction is coming to this place, man. Calamities, woes. All right, get Isaiah 13, or whatever.
I got a precept. I want to get the definition. Let's use the definition of the word sudden. It says occurring or done quickly, and unexpectedly or without warning.
Oh, sudden.
Yeah, the definition of sudden. Yeah, they know that the sudden is unexpected and unanticipated, unlooked for, unforeseen, instant. But like, think about it. It's gonna be quick, but unexpectedly. So it's like it's gonna when people get feel it's gonna be too late already. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's gonna be a sudden destruction.
Now you can bring it.
Oh, I got some. All right, bet. Because this I was reading the scripture last night or yesterday afternoon, and I was thinking like, damn, that's still Jake to this day. Talk about in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 14. That's the point. But their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Yahweh Shai. Well, you know that.
Give the last song, Mike?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's it.
Mike?
He came by last week when he was teaching. You know, he just stopped by. You know, and then I think he said hi. You know, he was basically trying to listen. And you tried to pull him away. He was like, nah, he was not having it. On the show. He did.
Oh, snap.
I don't think that's his son though. I don't know. Yeah, you know, about Super J. You know.
Yeah, good. Man. He look a little too bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I don't get
And his name is Michael too. That's
Yeah, that's cool. No, but basically that veil that Jake still has on their eyes, aside from the elect, is that these elections is really going to do them justice, man. Biden's going to do them justice. So it's the same veil y'all had in Egypt, man. Because if Israel wanted to go back in Egypt, what? You want to go for Pharaoh again? You know what I'm saying? These are the same people like Esau is buying and Trump. So there's no like lesser two evils. Evil is evil. There's no like lesser evil. Like he's evil. You know what I'm saying? And any of this dude, like, you see the footage of this dude, he all inappropriately touching children, women. Yeah, you seen that shit? And then there was one clip where this dude, he got behind a woman, kind of like, you know, like, you got behind a woman, like, on her shoulders and kind of, like, whispering in the air. It was a dude talking to his wife.
Oh,
And the dude was talking about, yeah, my perfect wife. And here it is, he just groping her, caressing her, talking to her ear. Like, he be talking in their ear. I'm like, yo, this is the guy you want to be president? But everybody overlook, yo, not for nothing, not to vent too much, but, like, Trump ain't never do nothing like that I've seen on camera, man. But this dude out here touching little kids, man. Touching little kids, whispering in the air, like, yeah, do it for the camera. Like, yo, come on, bro. And you know that motherfucker went to that Epstein Islands. No? Okay. Oh, actually,
Hey, and just to back up your point from the book that you brought, I don't remember what page it was. It's fine, but there's a page in there that tells you how they select these presidents. You know, where they purposely select somebody that has done some very vile thing that they want to hide in their past. And then they choose them, and then they push the media behind them, they back them, yeah. And then they put them in there so they can blackmail them. So now they're like, well, sir, we already know what you did, you know. Now, if you don't want us to make that public, since we own all these news sites and these outlets, you're going to do exactly what we tell you. You're going to pass every legislation we tell you to pass, and you're going to veto every legislation we tell you to veto. All right? Or else, we're going to make it public. And it's worse now because you're the president. So you could have been an average individual who does some fucked up shit, but if that came out, okay, cool. I don't really know you, so I'd be like, damn, that's messed up, but I don't know you. But if you're the president, the whole world knows you.
there's a light on you.
Exactly. You know?
Oh, there's one more scripture. And it says, verse 15 of 2 Corinthians chapter 3. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart. And that's Israel, man. For the majority of Israel, man, the veil is upon their heart. Because if the veil wasn't in their heart, they wouldn't be talking about vote for Biden. You wouldn't be voting at all. Because what? Deuteronomy 17 and 15 says what? You should not put somebody that's not your kin, not your, basically your kinsman over you, man.
Right.
And he's not of your kinsman, man. There ain't no confusion of face. There ain't no Israelite foreigner. He's an Edomite. They put Edomite by blood in the presidency, man. Just like they did in the papacy, man. You have to be an actual Edomite. So that Jake, they talk about as a Jake, that's a pope now. I don't know if he's still a pope, but he's from, I think he's from Argentina. They try to say he's the first minority pope.
Hey man, even Obama, he wasn't even.
Yeah, Obama.
He's not kinsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got more of a bloodline to the Bush and the Prescott and the Bush family than he got of any of the black people out there, man.
Look.
Just because his skin, I know his mom is white, but the bloodline goes through his father, and before his father, you don't know who was his grandfather. You don't know who his grandfather was.
Yeah, using that consideration, also, he's actually, the Edomites are closer to Obama it was, or is. You want to get technical. Like, Obama don't come from Shem. He come from Ham. That was what I did.
That's a beautiful point, because that's how you have a lot of these people that are related to the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Because you'll have, I'll bring it up. So
This is the last one. This is verse 16. It says, nevertheless, when it shall turn to the Lord, the veil shall be taken away. And that's going to start with the elect, and ultimately the whole nation of Israel.
Right. So these Edomites that are, they're linked to the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers because you have, I believe this is the case with Adolf Hitler, which his name is really Schicklgruber, but they one of the Rothschilds and one of the elites had an affair with a certain woman, and then basically, since it was frowned upon, it's like, I push her to the side, but guess what? Your seed is in her. So now the son, he could come out looking white, but then he can lay with dark-skinned women and different kinds of women, and then over time, his children can start looking more and more melanated, like what Esau tried to do. When you read in the book of Genesis, when he went with the women of Canaan, the Hamite women, all right, try to get that pigment, and then over time, you go all the way down the line, his grandfather, his father, his great-grandfather looking all dark-skinned, but he's related to the Rothschilds, okay, by way of that affair that was generations ago, okay? So it's not about a physical appearance kind of thing, man. It's deeper than that, all right?
Isaiah chapter 13. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Yep, and that's what we're doing right now. All right, we shaking the hand, we bringing these scriptures out, and it's going to the gates of the nobles, man. All right, everybody has heard about this, or else they wouldn't be able to try to demonize us, okay? Because they know that at some point it's going to be to the point where everybody already knows. So they got to try to control the narrative before it comes all the way out. All right, and very soon they're going to shut down this YouTube. Very soon they're going to shut all this down, because as they bring more and more propaganda, they don't need people like us coming out and telling you what the truth of the matter is. So they'll say that we're conspiracy theorists. They took down David Icke from some of these social platforms, okay, and other speakers as well. Showing you that what? They're like, look, you are a quote-unquote conspiracy theorist. They're going to say you are pro-Trump. Because they're tying a lot of conspiracies to conspiracy theorists. And they're tying a lot of conspiracy theorists to Trump supporters. So if we tell you what it is, they're going to say it's a conspiracy theory, but by default, if it's a conspiracy theory, then we're linked to conspiracy theorists. And if we're linked to conspiracy theorists, then we're linked to quote-unquote Trump supporters. But that's not what it is. We're just telling you the truth. But they're just looking for justifications to shut down your videos, take down your sites, okay? Heavily censor the internet, all right? If you look at it, man, you know, of course they're all puppets, but it seemed like Trump was more like, they'll say, oh, lock down the country. We're not gonna need to lock down, let's just do this. Biden is the type to be like, lock down the country, yo, put that shit on full lock. You know what I'm saying? Vaccines are good, band-aid it.
Yep.
You know, he's the type to like, go with what's best for the nation. And who gives the advice of what's best for the nation? Dr. Fauci? CDC? All these people are not looking for your benefit. Bill Gates, he's gonna listen to Bill Gates. You know, he's gonna listen to all these different people, man. Because the dude don't even remember his wife and his daughter's name. He confusing both of them, man. He's a true puppet, you know?
Hey, the way they depict him in the cartoon version of Trump the President cartoon, man, they got him a stumbling, babbling fool, man. Everything that he does is controlled by his advisors,
Right.
And his vice president. She speaks for him. She tells him what to do. It's gonna be a crying shame when y'all 3 months from now get his first initial actions that he's gonna take being the president. It's gonna be funny. But his idea of what's important to y'all nation is implants, okay, shit like that, man.
He spoke about it, too.
Locking y'all down, like you said, you know, so it's gonna be amazing, man. It's gonna be a big step. To watch this shit go to hell and everything.
Yeah. So, hey, guess what, man? That's exactly what they're doing, man. Okay? Now, if you notice the dynamic, Kamala Harris is more like the, you know, out there, so say it as it is kind of thing, the aggressive black woman, all right? And then Biden is more like the face, basically. He's just there just to have the authority, but he ain't gonna really be doing anything, man. Okay? This old ass man, do you think he's really interested in being president? You know, what the hell? Bro, you mad? Oh, what you want to be president for? You should be retired by now, chilling somewhere. You know? And then you got Obama's black big-eared ass falling up out of nowhere giving speeches. You know? We need to get Trump out of office. You know, like all that BS, bro. And people right behind them. You know? Clapping and yeah, they know what to say to pull you people's strings, man. Okay? But ultimately, prophecy is what's going to prevail. All right?
Verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones in my anger.
And that's the nuclear missiles, man. So let me ask you something. Is Biden going to protect you from nuclear missiles? Or is he going to bring it closer?
even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains. Like
That's
as,
what. That's Joel the second chapter. Go ahead.
like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation.
So one of the weapons of the Lord's indignation, he said, "What? I've created the waster to destroy." All right, and the smith that blows the coals in the fire, and that's those nuclear missiles. Well, shut. Give me Isaiah 26 and 20. All right, that's those nuclear missiles, man. And Isaiah 95.
26, right?
Yeah. So that's the weapons of the Lord's indignation. So the Lord is pissed off, man. All right, people now. You see, that's the thing. People focus on everything else but the Most High,
Yeah, right.
and the judgment that He's about to bring, man. Okay, they forget about everything. You see, because when it and the thing is, man, like it just shows you how much of a herd mentality people have, man. All right, they just go with what's popular. And right now, a lot of people don't even know about politics, man. But they got involved because it's popular. They got involved because they have that sheep syndrome, follow the herd. Okay, what's everybody talking about? I want to be a part of it. Oh, vote? Yeah, let me vote. Let me promote it. You know?
And if I make a beautiful point to brought up to add on something, because it's when the Lord said, "Holy not hypocrites," because what's the thing that people say about when they to themselves and they have nothing to do with this bullshit? Oh, I'm not following. I don't follow what everybody else does. This and the third. But then when it comes to all of this, it's like that's all gang on board. Like, so what, you do a follower or not? Like, do you have your own mindset or not? You just go and buy it because you hate Trump. Like, why do you hate Trump? It's like keep it hypocrites,
Right. And then, oh yeah, go ahead.
Everybody that's seeming like y'all in unified euphoria right now, y'all all feeling like y'all coming together and y'all on one common ground. Y'all gotta realize that y'all are promoting the same devil that the Lord is trying to be put away with. And quick precept is Isaiah, Proverbs 11 and 21.
Yeah.
Proverbs 11 and 21 says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Okay, so right there, I just letting you know, no matter who y'all side with, rather if y'all is from Israel, y'all join hands with the wicked, they're gonna still be put to death, man. America's still gonna fall, man. All right, and y'all should be praying for this kingdom, because then that's when the Lord said that Israel shall be delivered, man. The kingdom come, not this American government is not gonna bring you the kingdom, okay? So y'all bugging out when y'all get in the streets and start parading and giving praise to this man, like if he ain't the one who just cursing y'all out years, decades ago, calling y'all devils and predators, savages and predators and shit, man. All right, giving y'all the bills to declare y'all as drug kingpins for having an ounce of weed in your damn pocket, man. So y'all better wake up and realize y'all acting like y'all want to join hands, they're gonna still go down. That's it, bro.
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter down into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee.
So very, very soon, this is what's getting ready to happen. All right, that chip, the RFID microchip, is going to be made mandatory. All right, and you're going to realize that if you don't take that chip, but you know what? People ain't even going to have a problem with that. They're going to take the chip. You know, they ain't going to have a problem with it. See, when they have a problem, it's going to be when Revelation 14 and 9 kicks in. When the nuclear missiles are coming. You know, that's when they're going to have a problem, because you got people that are going to support Biden all the way. They're going to support him with the vaccines. They're going to support him with the chip. They're going to support him with the lockdowns. Okay? But when the law comes back, then we're going to see, man. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, verse 21, Isaiah chapter 26. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
Right. So which one of them is telling you that, hey, the Most High is about to destroy this place because of the iniquity? So how about we start repenting so we can avoid that? They're not telling you that, man. They're the wicked. They're not supposed to tell you that. Okay?
This is Isaiah 51 and 8. It says, Jeremiah?
All right, these places on this way out, man. All right, anybody that got eyes to see can see that this place is out. If you guys are really putting your hope in Joe Biden as a president, man, you know this place is over, man. This place is not getting healed. It's not getting better. All right, America is on its death leg. Okay, if it's even on its leg. They didn't learn anything, man.
How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand.
Uh-huh.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
And you know how that destruction is gonna come? It's gonna come suddenly, man. It's gonna come when people not expecting, when people think that they just overcame the trouble. You know, we finally got the demon out of office, so we can finally relax. We can start working on getting better. Got that?
Jeremiah 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. You're not about to fix this place. The only reason this place went up to its peak was because the Most High had that happen for prophecy's sake. But now this place is going down. It's been going down. Okay?
All right. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed.
So they're thinking that Joe Biden is going to be that bomb. They're thinking that he's going to be able to start the healing process of this place. It's not going to work. He said it himself when he won. He said that he's calling for unity and healing. You're not going to heal Babylon. We're about to read it right now.
Verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
She is not healed. Thus saith the Lord. Because pursuant to Daniel 4:17, the Most High setteth up kingdoms and he taketh them down. He gives it to who he wants to give it to. And right now, he's setting up this kingdom, which is with us. Okay?
Right. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth onto heaven.
And guess what? People gonna realize that. Them people that don't live specifically here, they're gonna realize that, and then they're gonna leave this place. But you know who's gonna be left? You Israelites, man. Y'all gonna be left here while all the hell is breaking loose over here, man. All right? When the troops out here killing you, when you killing each other, you think Trump supporters are gonna sit down quietly and let this happen? Trump already said he's contesting. He said he's not gonna concede. He said he's not leaving that office, man, because he thinks that this is a fraudulent vote. And he's already sowed the seeds in the minds of his supporters. Right. Okay? So what's stopping them Proud Boys and all them other groups from coming out here and start shooting you people, man? They come with their guns. All it takes is a little provocation, because they're already salty.
They got them already.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them Trump supporters, the guns is in their car, in their glove departments and shit. And don't let it be like a state like PA or Texas, one of them more free gun hold states. You know, they shits on like on the back of the like pickup truck, them little shotgun racks, them shits like right there. They ain't like marching and shit with their hand, like don't think they can't just like go to the car and come back in 40 seconds and they gonna wipe shit up.
In Manhattan, they boarded up a lot of main stores on 42nd, not because rioters who would be mad if Trump was to win, but for the people who were Trump supporters being upset that he lost. Because they willing to start a civil war in the name of losing their American president. That's why I always refer to him as the last American president, because the true Americans are the Trump supporters. Those are the ones who don't want to see a unified situation like how Biden is coming with healing the place, making it better than what Trump set up. But those people are the ones who harass people. Like, you can't be caught up in a situation where you a Biden supporter around a bunch of Trump supporters. They'll beat your ass.
Right.
They got the guns and they ready to attack, man. You know, so this world is still dealing with a whole unrest with that whole situation with him losing more than everybody rejoicing over him Biden winning.
That's a big point. Right? The mention the Civil War, because that's the last American president. That point you made, that was beautiful, because the Civil War, if you know about it, kind of that saying history repeats itself. You had the Southerners and you had the Northerners. Now the Illuminati wanted you had the Industrial Revolution going on, where they was industrializing things and making things in large quantities. And they wanted to get rid of that old slavery and bring in the Industrial Revolution. So the slave owners in the South was telling the elites, like, listen, we want to keep slavery going, having niggas pick cotton, like, fuck that machinery shit. Like, you can keep that factory shit. Don't fuck with slavery. Slavery is our thing. Y'all keep that shit up north. And the elites was like, no, we changing the whole system. You're gonna have to comply. And the Southerners was like, fuck it, we'll take you to war then. And that's what that whole Civil War was about. The Civil War was about, they was fighting over niggas. But really, if you dig deep, they was fighting over the transferring of the new system. So now you got this system, the industrial system, which the Confederates lost. They part of the industrial system now, and now you got the industrial system switching over to the technological system, which is what, that microchip system. So now this is like the second switch of the Civil War, because the Trump supporters, they want America to be great again, but Trump is doing it in like a radical way. And the people who voted for Biden, they also want America to be, both of them want America to be great again, but the people that's for Biden is more in the Rainbow Coalition. I got black friends, Black Lives Matter, that whole Illuminati agenda, because everybody is one world government, one world religion, one world everything. When you see a Johnson & Johnson commercial, you used to just be the Edomite baby. Now they show the Chinese baby, the black baby, the white baby, the Korean. They show the African. They show different nations on all these commercials because what, they trying to bring in that new world order, but at the same time they still hate Jake. So now as the system's starting to switch over into the microchip, the people that, those original Americans, they not for that, because a lot of them Bible Belt and all of them type of gun-ho Christians, they are Trump supporters, believe it or not. So a lot of them is not with that new system. So that's going to cause what, the new Civil War. You know, the Elder Monatazak brought out how two Biden Jakes fucked up a Trump. There was two Jakes fighting each other, but one was a Trump supporter and one was a Biden supporter. The Biden supporters jumped the Israelites and fellow brothers that was Trump supporters. You know, so this thing is coming to the point of actual like gang war, yeah, like class war, race war. But it says what? I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. So what? Now this system is going into what? Another civil war. You know, so and but it's only going to be one winner of this next civil war, and that's going to be Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and black men. And with that, I rest my case.
I got a quick precept for what you mentioned. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
And I was gonna say, when you said friends shall fight against each other, that's part of Esau's kingdom being divided. Because when it said friends shall fight together, a lot of people that supported, they voted for Obama, whenever that was, 2012, they voted for Trump this year, man. I seen a couple of Edomites talk like, yeah, I voted for Obama the first time around, but now they got that Edomite spirit, like, nah, I'm going for Trump now. And actually, when I was at my job, I talked to a couple of Edomites that said that. I believe they said that they voted for Obama the first 2 terms, but he didn't get that shit done the way they thought. He said now they're going for Trump. And that one Edomite that was had a bunch of guns, I don't know if the brother posted in the group chat, he said, I voted for Obama the first time, but now I'm voting for Trump. So that goes to show that's where friends are going to get into a conflict with each other. And I'm talking about amongst Edomites, man. Now I'm talking about amongst Edomites. You're gonna have Hank and you're gonna have Tom coming and go, oh, you voted for Trump this year, like this, that, and third, and then like it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, and that's why I said, how shall it stand if this kingdom be divided? How's America gonna last? If you got Edomites against Edomites, you know what I'm saying?
The only thing I want to say is, this right now, it looked like the movie Bushwick taking place.
That was
That's all I wanted to say.
That's a beautiful point, man. And like the other call, let's just get that in Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Now, let me Revelation 11, and I believe it's right on the 8th verse. Okay, the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Now, it's not talking about ancient Egyptians. Okay, what does that have to do with us right now? All right, it's talking about the modern day Egypt, which is America. Okay, this is what? Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, Babylon. Okay, so the Egyptians against the Egyptians is talking about you Americans. Okay,
Satan divided by Satan.
exactly. Got it?
You want Revelation now?
Yeah.
You said 8 or 4?
It's 8.
Oh, good. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Now that's not literal. It's not their literal dead bodies, all right, but they're really dead from the neck up. Okay, meaning they're walking around in a death state, pursuant to Ezekiel 37 in the beginning verses. All right, the valley of dry bones. Okay, So it says their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, and that great city is America. All right, pursuant to Revelation the 17th chapter. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start again. Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Cool, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Okay, so now we're going back to Isaiah when it says, I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. That's talking about this place, man. Okay, and they go, why? Now the question is, why? What's going to cause? What is the Lord going to use to set the Egyptian against the Egyptian? How is the Lord going to divide the kingdom? All right, you damn near got it like a 50-50, half for Biden, half for Trump. Okay. Thank you, beautiful point. It says where the Lord was crucified, right? And like the brother just brought out, the Lord was crucified in Israel. Okay, so how the hell, you know? So it shows you it's not literally talking about the land of Egypt. Okay,
And a lot of things that flows there and set up there goes back like 365 days when all the sun worship, the Bentley sign, the different car symbols go back
Shell,
to
Sunoco,
Shell, Sunoco, go back to Babylonian Sun Day. Even if you look at a hat, you got your hat on, that baseball hat. But even if you look at the baseball hat, if they go back to any baseball hat, when you check it out, it goes back into sun worship. It goes back to Egypt. Because if you take the brim off, right, you got what, a sun right here, and those are rays that's coming down. Now I ain't saying be simple-minded and throw away all your different hats, right? But if you take the brim off, right, this is the sun in the middle, and that's the rays of the sun beaming off. And if you was to put it on your head, that's that the broad cap, the yarmulke that the so-called Jews wear, and different coats in the Catholic Church. So this ain't nothing but what they would call like a yarmulke, which that goes all ties back into sun worship. You know, but a lot of people think, you know, when they wear red, oh, it's just a hat, but it's all going back to demonic worship.
Has an origin.
Yeah, it has an origin. So water, brother.
and that's beautiful because Babylon and Egypt, all right, those were going back to the ancient times. That's where you had a heavy, because Babylon in the ancient world was looked at as a holy city, all right, for those in Mesopotamia. Okay, and then in Egypt, Egypt was a very advanced civilization in the past. Okay, so a lot of the things that were there were carried on and renamed. All the different gods and the different idols were renamed throughout different empires and civilizations. Now, when you go into Egypt, they used to worship something called the Apis bull, all right, which is where you get the golden calf from. Okay, now when you go down to Wall Street, I believe you have that big ass bull statue. Yeah, you know that all goes back to that the Apis bull. And then you got cities like Memphis, okay, and other cities that were named after what? Egyptian cities, the pyramids and all of that. Okay.
This is from an article. America is Egypt. Literally, there is actual proof. Now it says there's some nice pointers on here. Try to get through it fast as possible. When you first look at modern Egypt today, what do you see? What sticks out? The Nile River, also known as the cradle of civilization. Notice how the Nile River flows through the entire country, with about 30% of the land to the east of the river and 70% to the west. And known to America as the cradle of civilization is what? The Mississippi River. Note how 30% of America land lies to the east of the Mississippi River and 70% of the land lies to the west. And just how, like, the Nile River split Egypt right in half, the Mississippi split America right in half.
70-30.
But that's not all. It says the Memphis. You got the notice a city in Egypt that lies directly on the Nile River called Memphis. Boom, where did I hear that before? Oh yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. And that lies exactly off of the Mississippi River. You know, so you know, y'all can check out this article. You know, it's pretty good, and it shows different pointers. But it's called you can just type it on the Google. It says brothers put it out throughout the different times in the truth. It's called America is Egypt. Literally, here's actual proof. So you can see that and actually read that document. It's a lot of nice pointers
That proves the scriptures are true. That article right there proves that the scriptures are true. Now, how would it be that they did that? That wasn't like no ironic. That wasn't coincidence. They did that for a reason. They follow the same cousin because they have nothing else to go by. Remember, Esau's a bastard, so everything he does is copying.
But it really is set up through the war.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
even
the
with
war,
the
yeah.
Mississippi, that first point, the Nile River, with Egypt, 30% of the land sits east, 70% sits west. The Mississippi's not a man-made river. That's a natural river. So really, the Lord, when Yahweh Shah created the earth and all of that, it really goes back to prophecy.
Yeah, ultimately.
Because Esau ain't create the Mississippi.
Yeah, I was just saying as far as like Egypt just is like a recurrent of Egypt now, just like the scripture said. Now, because ultimately, the Lord had it, that edification information come out right now because that's not something you'll learn in school. You'll never learn that in school. You have to learn that on your own. Yeah, to the spirit, yeah.
It's not by coincidence that they named it Memphis, right next to the river as a representative, like the order going on in Egypt. So going back to Isaiah 19, so now we've established that America is also known as Egypt. Okay, also Deuteronomy 28, 68, we're going to be brought back into Egypt again. That wasn't talking about the actual land of Egypt, but spiritual Egypt, which is here.
Yeah. And I'll set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
So the Lord's going to have these Americans against each other. And what are we witnessing now? See, we're only seeing the beginning of it, man. It's not going to stop, man. This is the calm before the storm. Just wait. Look, man, it's like a trend, okay? It starts slowly and it picks up like an avalanche, all right? One supporter goes and, one incident happens where they're like, nah, we're not with this, all right? Those votes were fraud. We're not trying to hear this. They jump somebody here, they shoot somebody here, there's an incident here, there's a riot here, and then it just picks up, man.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. City against city.
City against city. Now, when you look on the map during the presidential election, you got certain blue states and red states. Okay? So don't be surprised if you got some people from the red states start creeping up into the blue states. They're coming to see you. City against city. They coming to them Nevadas, them Pennsylvanias, them states that were taking mad long, they coming to see you. Why were you taking so long? What were you doing? Now, there's also, they're saying, the USPS is saying that there was an employee that said that he was told by his manager to backdate some of the ballots that came in, okay? So there's so much confusion going on in relation to these ballots, man. Yeah, and if you notice, Trump set it up perfectly because he said months before, he said, oh, he doesn't trust the mail-in ballots because it could be fraudulent. So now he set himself up to where regardless of the result, he can contest it if he lost.
I'm about to say that. It makes him look like kind of like he know what he's talking about because it took so long. Right. That kind of like fuels his point. Because Tuesday to Saturday,
Exactly.
it took from Tuesday to Saturday.
What kind of election is that? Yeah.
Not my lifetime.
I heard it hasn't happened like over 100 years. Where you couldn't find out who the president was the next day or the same day.
I know when Trump first won, I know it took a little bit later in that night of the election, but it wasn't no days after.
Yep. It shows you that they set it up. They want you to riot. They want civil unrest. These elites don't want peace. Then how are they going to do with peace? Yep. They're trying to collapse the system, man. And that requires you to ruin your cities and set things on fire and go crazy. So they can come and lock everything down, man. They lock it down with coronavirus and lock it down with civil unrest. All right, don't forget about Corona.
New York got a curfew. Ever since the election was announced, there was an alert saying that New York has a curfew now because of the protesting that's going to take place. They've been protesting all week in Brooklyn and in Manhattan.
Oh, so there's curfews out here?
Yeah, right now. I think it's starting at 9 o'clock. So you got to go to Jersey. Make sure you be on that. Last time, remember we tried to get
The Holland Tunnel was shut down.
So they pulling people over
If it's after 11 o'clock, it's shut down every day from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. You can't get through the tunnel. You have to take like the Lincoln or the George Washington into New York. Like they shut it down, and even the trains, all trains is shut down in New York from like I think 11 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Yep. That's what
Like you ass the fuck out, like, cause I Uber out here, so like passengers is like, thank you, man. I'm like, yo, and I was just like, yo, why is these people so grateful? You know what I'm saying? Cause they was like, yo, the train shut down on there's no way I can really get home unless I walk it. Then like living out here is this shit big. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no little small town, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to walk from like over the fucking Brooklyn Bridge up a black, you know what I'm saying? Like dude, that shit gonna be a killer. You know? So but yeah, they restricting that traffic, you know? Hey, certain lanes that like you might go on a three-way highway, that shit after a certain time it might be like one lane. Like the Parkway in Jersey, it's like 4 lanes, they're making one. They put the cones up and everything after a certain time. So they restricting that traffic.
Yeah, and it's funny because yeah, never let a good prices go to waste. And it's funny because shit hasn't really gotten that bad yet, but they're already shutting things down because these elites move by gradualism, step by step, you know? So they do it based off the reaction that they're causing, you know? So as these civil unrest get wilder and wilder, soon they just gonna say you can't come in or out because they don't need people coming from other states to cause more riots in here, man. As it tells you in 2nd Esdras, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's the times we're in, man. Okay? That was it on that?
Imagine being stranded if you're from New York, I mean from New Jersey and you in New York. Like, there's no way, like I remember they were doing that when the lockdown first started happening. Yeah, I remember too in UK they on lockdown right now. It started Thursday. I had a curfew, I think the curfew's at 8 o'clock or 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Certain like restaurants, it basically went back to how it was here when the coronavirus was in, like the restaurants and no bars and shit like that. So like, how much longer before it comes over here?
Even in New York, there's no alcohol served after 12 o'clock. Yeah, they gotta know, cause I hear this shit, cause you know, I keep some big shit in the house anyway, like, or I try to at least, you know, cause you know, you try to, but New York is a party city. So as you interact with these people out here, you find out a lot of them. They be like, yeah, if you going out to chill, you gotta go. See, in New York, you would go hang out at 11 or 12. Niggas come out at, well, people, not just Jake, but they come out at 11, 12, midnight. Yeah, where the party at? Like, God damn, they're like 4, 5, 6. That's when it starts. But see, now, if you want to go hang out and chill, you got to come out like 5. Because at 11, they shutting the grill off, last call for alcohol, and after 12 o'clock, no alcoholic beverages can be served in New York City. So these devils is gradually, like the brother said, they using gradualism to shut this shit down. That was a beautiful point, man.
Yeah, and guess what? The squeeze is gonna get tighter and tighter and tighter, and even as you suffocating, it's gonna get tighter and tighter, and you tapping out and tighter and tighter and tighter, man. That's what it's gonna. You know why? Because the squeeze is gonna start with Esau, but the Lord gonna put His hands on Esau and keep the grip. So even if Esau wants to let go, the Lord is like, no, keep the grip. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna start from these lockdowns into World War III.
Put him in a headlock.
Yeah, put him in a headlock, man. Next thing you know, your face is all blue, but the Lord ain't letting go. You know?
Ted DiBiase. The $1 million dream.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
So now, when all this is happening, don't forget the economy's already been hurt. The economy's been hurt for months. They started this and said, I remember Cuomo coming on there saying it's going to be 2 weeks. We're going to lock this thing down for 2 weeks, and then, you know, we'll slowly, ain't no 2 weeks, man. Okay, it went from coronavirus lockdown to George Floyd's death to freaking presidential election riots. Not here, Breonna Taylor. Now people just, you don't even know, you could go to a riot and you don't even know what these people are rioting about. Somebody screaming Black Lives Matter, somebody screaming F Trump, somebody screaming Biden 2020, somebody screaming I don't care, I'm just here. Like, people just, you know what I'm saying?
Just here to be on the
They
speak.
just out
Part
there.
of the party,
They
yeah.
just out there.
Yo, when you look at it, it looks like a fucking some hippie shit. They dressed all in black, but it's fucking Edomites.
Exactly.
Breaking shit, tearing shit up, man. It's all Edomites.
That's what happened with Walter Wallace. The dude just got shot by having a knife in his hand and got shot in front of his mom. The first riot that took place in Brooklyn, there was a bunch of agent provocateurs, man. They was dressed in black and black hoodies, but they was all Edomites, bro.
And in Atlanta, a lot of the agents provocateurs wound up getting locked up, and this was exposing. They took their IDs and shit. You know, you get arrested with like give me your ID. A lot of them wasn't even you would think they was from like people from Georgia. They was from everywhere else. And that's how it had came out that all this shit is like staged and being pushed out here. Because let's see, you got like 200 people wilding out and the police arrest like 80 of them. You're like, all right, most of them probably from New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut. Nah, these people was from like Oregon. They was from like all over. You know, and it's like, damn, how did y'all all come here in like one coalition and show you that it's staged?
Listen up, man. It's crazy because, man, these people are a bunch of confused. They're paid. Nobody's gonna come from Oregon, example-wise, to New York to come and protest just because they feel like the protest is in New York. So let me go all the way to New York just to protest. Hell no, man, they're paid.
I was gonna say with that kid that shot the three I forget who it was, but shot I want to say BLM
Or Kyle?
yeah, but he wasn't from that state. I think he was from the shit happened in Illinois, but I think he was from like Wisconsin or something, or vice versa. So like that young kid went to Illinois and Wisconsin's close, but like he went all over there and did some shooting, and then you know what I mean, like he wasn't from there, like he had no reason being there, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they paid, man, because the elites, it's like the movie The First Purge. When they first started the experiment, Jake was just partying. You know, they were getting together, partying. They're like, shit, everything is free. We don't gotta pay for liquor. Go to the store and pick this shit up. So Jake was partying and they were watching on their cameras and they were like, this is not what we want. We need deaths. Because their program can't go global if it's not working. So they're like, we need depth. So that's when they started, Tyson Jake started paying Jake off, like, yo, go partake in there, go do this, you know, send the agents, and that didn't even work. So then they had to send them the troops, the Blackwater troops, disguised as regular people, to actually start shooting people, man.
Like the movie The First Purge.
That's exactly what I'm describing.
Oh, okay.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's all good. You know, so they had to provoke Jake into getting into it because I can say I'm not a fighter, right? But if you're punching me in the face, you're going to force me to throw hands. So that's what they're doing to you Israelites. They're like, we know that we can't just tell you to fight, because if I'm not a fighter, you could curse me out and I'll still be like, whatever, and go my way. So they gotta make you fight, man. That's what they're doing to you Israelites. They want you to riot, they gotta make you riot. So you got guns in your house now, so they wanna make you, they want you to use your guns, they gotta make you.
Check it out. We talk, not haters, but check that out. What Jake doing? We was talking about the first purge, right? Yeah. And during the first purge, they was dancing and partying, doing a bunch of coonery and buffoonery. And while we here talking about what's more serious, Jake down there doing a music video or some simple-minded shit. But that's exactly they had a purge party going on until they sent in the missionaries. So, but the law always got that example like right there. You know?
That's a spirit, man. That's a spirit. They ain't gonna be doing that with it. Look, man, it's wrong. The elites are gonna get their chaos one way or another. They have to force it out of you. They're gonna do it. Now, in the actual first purge, the first ever purge movie that came out, there was a family, all right, who, you know, they're doing the annual lockdowns, whatever the case may be, and then the Jake, they let the Jake in. Their son let some, you know, Jake in, and then you had some other Edomites that came out there like, yo, bring that dude out here right now, or else we gonna tear down your security stuff, and we're gonna come up in there, and all of y'all are ass. Y'all assed out, okay? So now, you got this father who's, you know, average dad, right? Nice Edomite dad, grabbing up people, taking freaking screwdrivers and gutting people. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And the wife is like, this is not us. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Look at what you're doing. Because what? The desperation, man. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And they're about to make you people real desperate, man. You would think you're not a fighter until you're hungry. 3-4 days without eating, you ready to go into your next door neighbor's house, man. Okay? You smell something frying, you ain't got no food over here, you're skinny as hell, you're gonna grab the gun, and you're gonna go knocking. You know, yo, what's up? How you doing? I just want to talk. You know, things are hard. You know how things are. Open the door. The people gonna start getting desperate, man. That's what it says in 2nd Esdras. So we know these things are gonna happen. Now we gotta watch how they're gonna happen. We gotta watch. Okay, what is the Lord gonna use to cause this end game to happen? You know,
Yeah, when people get hungry, they do crazy shit.
Home invasion's coming back. You can rob somebody on the street, but if you really want to rob them, you rob their house. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was a big thing in Omaha, Nebraska. Like California got the gangbanging, New Jersey got the stolen cars. But out in Nebraska, they think out there was home invasion. They'll catch you like when you going in your door, and they just like run out
Rush,
from
yeah.
under and bone rush in, and they tie you up, and they take your jewelry. Cause where's people real pot at? In their house. That's where they guns. That's where they food. That's where everything at. So people gonna start like, nah, we ain't gonna just take a jacket or some shit like that. They gonna start going into your homes and houses and your apartments and shit like that. Yeah, breaking and entries, home invasion. I knew a dude in the world that was like his MO. He ain't sell drugs. He ain't do like handgun robberies like everybody else in the hood. His thing was breaking in the home. I'll give it to him. He mainly targeted, he did target Esau, but his thing was he was good as hell at it. All he did was B&Es, man. So, yeah, all he did was breaking it. That's what he was known for. They used to come back with fucking all kinds of jewelry, crazy shit off of B&Es. Yeah. Even when he got out and his B&Es happened, the police would come like fucking with him because he was like known for like doing it. That was like his MO. So when the crime of it went back up, they'd be like, yo, let's go check him out, you know?
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that gives his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy.
Boom, key word, be occupied in prophecies. Okay? So that is the moral. So what are we supposed to do? Well, it didn't say be occupied in politics, it said be occupied in prophecy. Okay, now it might require you to watch certain news things here and so on and so forth to understand where we are in prophecy. Okay? But as it says, man, we're gonna search out the things, all right, of wisdom and be occupied in prophecy.
And it said wisdom of all the ancient and occupied in prophecy. You know, you gotta think about how stuff was back then. Because like I said, everything written now is learning. So back then is what's gonna be happening now again. You know what I'm saying? What was the verse 2?
Oh, no, there's no
All right, cool.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
And now, you see that in certain scenes, right? There's certain movies that just start off with that. Somebody's running, and the camera's chasing them, man. The cameraman, man, you gotta give it to them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the person's running, and then they just going door to door. Boom, boom, boom. Please, let me in. And it's locked. Boom, boom, boom. Nobody's letting them in. It's not like nobody's home. They're home. You know, you got some people looking through the blinds and they close it. You know, boom, 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 please. Somebody's probably chasing them. You know, and that's in these bird movies. You know, somebody with a chainsaw walking nice and slow, just following him, because he knows that if they catch you outside during that time, nobody's gonna let you in. You know.
They're like Jason chasing the Edomites. They fall on the floor, they get up. They fall and Jason still be on their bed.
Hey, that's the both sides, because Jason don't ever be running. You know what I'm saying? He just go in.
slow walking.
Word, Michael Myers, they be running. They don't be running. They be walking fast, but like, hey, you couldn't get away.
They know they're gonna catch you.
Yeah, he got time. That's why the Lord says he's long suffering. You know, he watches and he's like, yo, you can take a car, I will catch you. The point is not about me, you know what I mean, chasing you. It's about, am I gonna catch you or not? And the Lord, Michael Myers, Jason, they don't know where to find you. The Most High knows where to find you. So you can run, but if I know where you're going, does it matter if I'm right behind you or if I come 2 hours later, I'm gonna still catch your ass. You know?
We talking about running, looking back. You think about last time, he said looking back. Now, if you go to the science of it, when somebody, I don't know if y'all guys watch football, but when somebody's telling somebody, there's a penalty, you can't look back. When you look back, that slows your speed. So when these killers be chasing these people, they always looking back. And that's when they fall, because your equilibrium is off. I was just thinking about that. That's why they be falling and shit. Because when you running, you're supposed to like track. You're supposed to be looking forward. So you like, no look back. And I was thinking about last when he said don't look back, because you'll be fucked up. And now when you said that, I was like, damn, I was thinking about when they said that in football, like when you running, you're not supposed to look back at the ball, because that's a penalty, because you actually gonna fuck up your coverage. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because you gotta understand, when you run in track, or when you just running period, what your arms are doing, your legs are doing. Yeah. So you gotta go forward. You gotta you going forward is like the front and the back tires of a car.
Right.
If the front tires make a left, the back of the car is gonna follow. So you running straight and then you turning this way, you messing up your, you know what I'm saying, momentum. Your legs are probably gonna try to turn this way and you gonna trip. Right. And the dude is just watching you like, look at this. right? You know what I'm saying? And he gonna get you. You know, you keep looking back like, hey man. And that's why Yahushua said, any man putting his hand to the plow
And looking back, I was just thinking that.
You know, it's not worthy for the kingdom. Because your mind, see, when you're running from somebody, you have to be all focused about running. Stop worrying about where exactly they are. Okay? So when you're doing this work, you got to be all focused on this work. Stop worrying about what's behind you and what you left behind and all of that. That's why the Lord says, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first. And everything will be added on to you. So if you drop your phone, just keep running, man. You all got, you're going to give it to you when you get there. Yeah.
Even when you're on a journey, if you running, you know, if somebody runs telling you, you can hear them. Just use your senses of your ear, you know. Like if you know, driving the car, you can just hear the engine, but you can just hear the engine, and you can know, this dude, he was real nice with the clutch, I know. And he could shift his car without pushing the clutch on. You know what I'm saying? He could go from like second to third by just hearing the engine. And if you hear that engine real good, you could shift it into third without pushing the clutch on. So I was like, wow. I'm like, how you do that? He was like, you just got to pay real close attention to the engine and catch that time break of when the shift is. You don't have to push the clutch on. Yeah, so a lot of times, you know, like they're looking back, but you can just use your senses and what's around you. Because you can see the red flags and the different things. The Lord got them out there. The point is, a lot of people just choose to ignore it.
Because when you're in that state, you're in a state of panic. So you're not thinking correctly. You know, you're scared, you don't know what's going on, you're just doing the one thing that your body's naturally doing because you gotta fight or flight. So if you're fighting or you running, you're doing the one thing your body knows how to do, and people tend to shut down. Their brain shuts down when they panic. They don't think rationally. Because there's so much happening at once that it overloads their brain and then they don't do anything at all. You know, that's why somebody be crossing the street and they see a car and they freeze. You know what I'm saying? You be like, yo, the car was far enough. You could have just got out the way, but they just stopped and looked at it like a deer, and then they got hit because their brain just stopped. It was too much. They got too scared. All right.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, right now, man, ain't nobody worried about Drake's next album. You know, people not worried about that right now, man.
Busta Rhymes album.
Yeah, Busta. You know. They're worried about what's about to happen because now it's starting to get closer and closer to their lives. All right, you see, people have this thing called a monkey sphere where it's about, I believe, 150 people, all right, in that. Now, anybody outside of that is just a statistic, okay? So that's why you can hear, James and Michael died in Florida last night in a car crash. To you, James and Michael are just two people that died in a car crash. But if it was your aunt and your nephew died in a car crash, then it impacts you because they're actually in your circle. Exactly. And so the reason people are now starting to worry about other things is because the hell is getting closer and closer into their circle.
Right.
Now it's affecting people they know. Now it's affecting them. So they're like, yo, what the hell? Like, put that stuff to the side right now. Like right now, I'm worried about what's going on. Like, what's about to happen? You know? And you buy these supporters, man, y'all better enjoy it now because them Edomites, man, when they get tight, they get tight. All right, they turn red, and man, red is just that's
blood.
just, you know what I'm saying? It's blood. You know, they're coming for it, man.
Man, at the feds asked me that when we had came. It probably was bullshit, but they said, the reason we're here, because I'm like, what y'all doing? What's up? Like, why y'all, you know? Oh yeah, we here. We just trying to make sure everybody's staying cool, all the different groups, you know, over the Trump thing, because things is, you know, the voting.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm coming to check on you, you know what I mean, to make sure you and your group. I'm like, yo, we don't believe. That's how I knew it was bullshit. I'm like, yo, we don't believe in voting. You know the fucking kid name is Death to America. So why the fuck would I ain't telling this, but in my mind, I wanted to say, listen, you fucking devil, like, you know that's bullshit. You know the camp name is Death to America. We don't fucking vote. So you just saying that shit for a bullshit reason to get me on why you here. Interrogating. You know what I'm saying?
But man, you look at it too, like double entendre, like that's the Lord sending it too, because like when they do come for some brothers, I remember when Paul got beat up, I think when he was in Jerusalem, a Roman helped him. Roman sent him to, he appealed him to Rome, like a Roman guard helped him out. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord's going to use these devils, because remember, when you said Jake had fun with his buying shit, you got to remember Esau too, because you blow like an Edomite, you still have a short time. So the Lord ain't going to be allowing you just to be getting all crazy, freaky for like months and years. You know what I'm saying? This war is going to be short. You know what I'm saying? This war is going to maybe, I can't say how long, but it's not going to be as long as people think. And there's going to be a lot of casualties in a short amount of time. And that's why the Lord said that the death is going to take over the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, no, this place is done. Everything about it is done.
Example of that is the other day I didn't have my fare to get on the train, and the Edomite used his chip. They got the chip on the train now called the Omni, where you just tap your card, your phone or whatever. And I was like asking to talk to the person, he was like, I can't. And then just before I was about to hop, the Edomite was like, nah, I got you, and let me in. So in the days of Jacob's trouble, you might have people who took the chip and you didn't, and you are in high pursuit or being chased, and they might use their chip to help you get by. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that. I believe that. Actually talk with brother. You gotta remember, we're not supposed to take it. So like the Lord said, He's gonna hold you down regardless. So like in the meantime, like you might unfortunately have family members and friends that take it, and you don't know. Like the Spirit, remember, it's all to the Lord. So the Lord said He's gonna hold you down.
Buy you a sandwich. Buy you a Subway sandwich.
Look at the whole point of this, like somebody could be flat broke and they need to get this stick their thumb out. Now, the Lord can have a serial killer stop, He can have anybody stop, but for you to jump in whoever truck or whoever the Lord drive past you, put the spirit on you, for them to stop you, you get there safer with all the Lord is good. You know? You could go from here to California with your fucking just by going like this on the freeway. Somebody has stopped, where you going? I'm trying to go to Cali. Well, the furthest west I'm going is not Sacramento. From here, you can be like the further west I'm going is Ohio. I'll take you to Ohio. You're like, all right, cool. You ride to Ohio, thumb back out, and you just keep doing that shit and keep doing it all for free. It's like, and that's gonna come back. It's like. If you was a woman, I wouldn't advise you to hitchhike.
You're gonna get hitchjack.
Especially if you look like something. I wouldn't advise that.
Where that movie Hitcher showed you that the actual movie The Hitcher, you know, it's a remake. He's feeling the girl. He killed the husband or the boyfriend. And it's actually my man from Game of Thrones too. Ned Stark.
Ned Stark?
That was the dude that played the Hitcher in 2007.
Hey, but that's spiritual, because that's the Lord. The Lord is like, I hate to do the comparison, but he's like the agent from the Matrix. What's that dude's name? Agent Smith. He knows how Agent Smith can jump on anybody, and they can do whatever he want to do. So you could be in trouble, and the Lord put a spirit on this person to turn into an Agent Smith, but righteously to deliver you. You know? Yeah, you know, the Lord can do that. Hey, the Lord, you can be in the back, all right, of a truck. They take you to like some high-ass jail cell somewhere, and then the truck driver out of nowhere, the troop, he just stops, takes out his gun, shoots his partner, comes to the back, shoots the other troops, lets you out, and then he's like, yo, let's go, you know? And then he comes to his like, what the hell just happened? He looks at his partner, he's dead, he's like, what the fuck? You know? And then next thing you know, you out.
Hey, some of them police officers are gonna be the elect.
Yeah.
And feds and all that. Lord got his elect scattered everywhere.
They're like spiritual sleeper agents. The Lord's gonna wake them up to do certain things for the elect at certain times.
With the Lord said, with that scripture, fear not, I have many people in this time.
Hey, there was a movie, I forgot the name of it, but the girl had spiritual powers. And then her mom was kidnapped by some kidnappers. She thought her mom was dead. So she actually did mind control, telepathic powers, and was controlling the kidnappers. And was having the kidnapper kill other kidnappers and released her mom and set her free. And actually, when the kidnapper was speaking to his mom, it was with her voice. And she was like, oh, she's like, yeah, mommy, I'm coming to release you. But it was in a man's body. Yo, man, most high.
That's what it is. Yeah. Then fathers with the Lord, if you watch the X-Men, who's the strongest X-Men? The ones that fuck with your mind. Jean Grey. Because you gotta remember, the Lord, like you said, the Lord is raising the body snatcher. The Lord is the Father's Spirit. They can put any mentality on you at any given time.
The Persian king, Xerxes, when Esther came there, and they said that if you come without the king basically giving you the go ahead, he's going to put to death. You know. But the Lord put a spirit on him to where he was more concerned. He was like, no, whatever you do, I got you. You see, so look, man, the Lord. I mean, if you think about how he delivered us during the time of Esther, man, how he set everything up to where if a complete backflip on Haman for us to get delivered, man, and you gonna turn around and say the Lord can't deliver us, man? I mean, the Lord has delivered us in such peculiar ways, man. Like we were stuck at a Red Sea, man. There's nowhere else to go. You got troops following us, Egyptians right behind us. You know, where the hell we gonna go? The Lord said go straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that, man. Mm-hmm. You know, you man, imagine seeing a high ass, cause them oceans be deep. You know, you seen a tall ass wall of water, and you see fishes in there, fishes here, you walking on dry land. And then there's a chariot that stands in between you. One side gives you light, one side is darkness, man. Come on, man. The Lord did that for us, and he ain't gonna do it. You gotta remember these things, man. This is something
we in the time of all the holy days, the deliverance, the dedication is upon us. That's heavy. That's real heavy. After the dedication, that Purim you just mentioned, and Passover, because that's going that all the holy days they just roll right behind each other. You know, from the trumpets to the atonement, Feast of Weeks. You know, from that 7th month, they just all roll in, right? They just all roll, man. And see, people are in the room for awakening this time because you're not going to be able to celebrate Christmas, holiday season. They ain't going to have the same spirit, man. You know, people try to keep Halloween, that shit is dead, yo.
Yep. And I wonder what this Christmas is going to look like, bro. I wonder, because from now to December 25th or whatever it is, that's a long time. Literally, the news, we just got the news today. It hasn't even been the next day yet. Yeah, so we got to watch how the Lord is going to really, like, you know, set it off. Because pursuant to Daniel 12:1, this is going to be a time like never before. Now, as of right now, the riots and stuff, there's worse riots that have happened. So we know that it has to keep on escalating. So we just got to watch and see, man. All right, because once it starts pursuant to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it's not going to stop. It's going to be non-stop, man. Okay? Like how them dominoes hit each other and they just keep on going. That's how this prophecy is going to hit, man.
Biden said it's going to be a dark winter.
Exactly, a dark winter. They got the Operation Dark Winter, okay? Power outages, man. Imagine not having a heater on in this cold-ass winter. Ooh, yo, and they use that harp to make this shit even colder.
They're saying it's going to be the coldest winter.
Like, it's like the fall, you don't really feel like too much of the fall. Now, this is what I call today, the last few days, and like the high 60s, 70s, this is like real fall weather. But the fall is really low. I'm like, damn, what happened to the fall? Like, this shit went from like summer to winter. Like, whole fix, you know? And what happened to hoodie season? I had to damn near bring my boots out on a couple of those nights. It was perfect time, especially in the morning. Yeah. At night, that shit was cold. You like, wow. Like, it felt like fucking January, February, some of those nights. It was cold as hell. And I ain't the type person that's like anemic or nothing. I could tolerate cold, but I was feeling that fight. I'm like, yo, the hawk is out here for real.
Hey, and so how much worse when maybe you're not even in the house. You know, it's cold, man. I mean, you gotta imagine these things. It's cold as hell, man. You know what you gonna do in these times, man? People rely. I mean, you can walk into somebody's house and they feel like an oven because they got mad heaters on, highest heat. You know.
People actually.
Oh,
to hood shit. People actually turn when the heaters on. People try to turn their ovens on and like heat up and warm up.
Hot water in the oven, so we got carbon dioxide. You know. Because I was in they was around like those are almost 60, 70-year-old units that don't have the maintenance done to it. Their pipes are messed up. The infrastructure in America alone is messed up. And there's a lot of homelessness going on there. It's at an all-time high in New York City right now. Like, you'll see Times Square full of during where the tourist attraction is at, right? Where the tourist attraction where people walk through, they really can't even enjoy the tourism because there's so many homeless.
You see homeless, construction, and cops. That's all you see.
Yeah. Homelessness, construction, and cops. That's right.
Don't get it twisted, man. The Lord will experience some homeless people too. Like, niggas be treated very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And they be doing really fucked up shit to them. Like, they be setting homeless people on fire. The Lord will put the spirit on some of the homeless people. All the homeless people they just been homeless all their life. Like they actually came across hard times and lost their home and became homeless. So they know what it is to be like good. And like, you know, you got some motherfuckers of veterans. Like those people that actually kill people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what the Lord gonna put a spirit on those people? Cause like they out here already, and they've been maneuvering out here. It's the people that's been proudful and just don't know any kind of affliction that's gonna be feeling the real hard. So this man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a nice point. Everybody ain't homeless because they have, you know, drugs.
Yeah,
so like that, because that's what the average person thinks. Like, oh, you a drug dealer, this and that. You know?
This is Acts chapter 18, verse 9. Then spake the Lord to Paul in the night by a vision. Be not afraid, but speak, and hold not thy peace. For I am with thee, and no man shall set upon thee to hurt thee. I have much people in this city.
He said, I got 7,000 men that haven't bowed down to the old. This kind of equivalent to that. He said, look, speak up and speak the truth. Don't be afraid of people who want to hurt you, because I got many people in this city. Now, Paul didn't know who he was, but the Lord showed him what? That means I can have them run into you and put the spirit on them to help you off right. You know? Yeah. Right off back.
That happened. It happened when they went to that lady's house.
Yeah.
She let him in. Phoebe, you know, Phoebe.
Yeah.
You know. So hey, the Lord, hey man, and it's like I don't know if y'all seen the Game of Thrones. There was a scene where Arya, basically she got caught. You know, she got caught, so on and so forth. She met this guy. He was a prisoner. You know, and he called himself a man. He didn't really have no name. He had many faces and so on and so forth. And this dude was straight up like just in the cut. Like he like, I'll grant you three requests. Anything you want, I'll get it done. Yo, I mean, one time she got caught, you know, doing something, and they were in like a you could call it like a concentration camp area kind of thing. Because people they catch, they put them in there, make them work and stuff like that, interrogate them. Yo, she got caught, and they was about to go snitch on her. She found this dude. I mean, this dude came in there like a prisoner, right? She like, yo, I need help, I need help. He's like, I got it. She runs back. Comes to find out that the guard that found him is dead. I mean, it took like 2-3 seconds to do this dead. He's like, how the hell you do that? Next thing you know, the man went from a prisoner to one of the guards. You know, because he had the ability to change his face. He could legit, like, put on a whole other face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was just in the cut, and whatever she needed, he could just pop up. If he had to pop up as, you know, a freaking politician or a troop or this guy just to be wherever she's at to protect her, he could do that. You know, so like the Lord said, he got many people. We don't even know who they are. You know, you can have an average person just around, and the Lord have them to protect you. You know, hey, Paul said he had a guardian angel. You know, that just makes sure that everything goes good for you. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean that they're not there. Exactly, man. So we good, man. We ain't got nothing. That's why we speak the way we do. We speak with boldness in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and people get mad. They be like, yo, these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nothing bothers them. Why should we let anything bother us? Whatever is about to happen to you, our power is doing it, you know. And he said we good, so should we be scared like you? I mean, we confused, you know.
It shall fall like that sun, tens of thousands, but it shall not
I got some too, bro.
come nigh thee. Like it or
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and heard my cry. Which y'all can cry right now. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. Is that right? Miry, right? Miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. Like Brother talked about having that guardian angel. They said took him out of a horrible pit. Now mainly this horrible pit is Babylon for like our whole captivity. Verse 3, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Blessed is that man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. Now, that's the elect and the 2/3. Because the 2/3 are putting their trust in Biden. So obviously they're not going to be good. Because if you put your trust in something that the Lord said it's not having to do with him, how's that going to protect you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's why I say he took you out of a horrible pit. The ones that fear the Lord. Because if you fear the Lord, you won't fear the things like the brother said that's coming to the country right now.
Yeah. And a pit is like a trap, like what they said for Joseph. They basically set him up and threw him in a pit. Yeah. You know, so the Lord's gonna deliver us. That goes in line with Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. You know? So we're going to be good, man. You can bring that up.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
So you got to remember this, and remember the scripture we just brought out about Paul, so that you can boldly speak the truth, man. Don't try to sugarcoat the truth because you feel like the situation you're in is life-threatening. Because the Lord said, I got you, man. He wants to witness you, even if you think your life is in danger, you still willing to put your life on the line to speak the truth, man. He's going to deliver you.
Right.
Okay? When the Lord tested Abraham, he didn't actually want Abraham to kill Isaac, but he wanted to see if Abraham would kill Isaac. Okay? So, hey, man, the Lord is in control of everything. One thing we always got to remember is things don't happen by chance. You know, somebody might be scared like, yo, there's a lot of shootouts that go on around there. There's a chance that maybe I walk and a bullet might just hit me in the head. That's not how things happen. If you walk there and the Lord wants you to die by a bullet, then a bullet will hit you in the head. If the Lord doesn't want you to die that day, you could be in the middle of a shootout and there's no bullet that's going to touch you. Because it doesn't happen by chance. It doesn't just happen out of nowhere.
It tells you that fear is a figment of your imagination. It's a figment. So you get all scared. You can scare the fuck out of it before she even pops off. And she might not even pop off, but you're so scared, you don't fuck yourself up. That's why you gotta conquer that fear with the faith.
Yep, you say that fear. Also, an acronym to back the chief. False evidence appearing real.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
That's a good one. I'm gonna steal that one from you.
Definitely plagiarized.
All wisdom and knowledge, for the Lord. We can't claim that. Let me give a brother credit for bringing it out. All those, because brothers sometimes do that. Not us, but I notice some. Oh, you got that from me? Nah, wisdom and knowledge belong to your Abba Shem Yahweh.
What is it again?
False evidence appearing real. Fear, or it's another tool that people use is fuck everything and run, or face everything and rise. Because with fear, you can either see it, false evidence appearing real. When you see it, you can either rise to the occasion, you can either embrace it and rise to the occasion, or you can not embrace it and just take off.
That's what David did. David fought Goliath, and then other times he ran. He ran away.
Yeah. So fuck everything and run, or face everything and rise. Yeah.
That's deep, man. That's deep. Yeah, because hey, fear is a dangerous thing, man. Fear is a faith killer. You know, if it's not righteous fear, okay, it's a faith killer, man. Yeah. Fear will have you, because fear is really what ifs. That's all fear is, man. What if this is happening? What if this? What if that? But what if it's not real? What if it's only real in your head? You know why? You can say, hey, what if that car smashes into my car? That didn't happen. But now you start driving paranoid because you're thinking, what if this happens? You got to deal with what is, man. What is actually happening? What is about to happen? Not what ifs, man. What ifs don't exist, man. Because you're thinking, what if this, and this never happens. Now, your what ifs are going to influence how you act. Because you're thinking, okay, damn, what if this person stabs me right now? That's how these Edomites, when they see Jacob come in, they clench their curses. What if he tries to mug me? What if he doesn't? You know, it's a 50-50. You don't know. You know, but your behavior is altered by your thoughts. So if you're living life based on what ifs, you're going to be a scared coward. You're not going to be able to do things because you're always wondering what if. Okay?
Yeah, that's why they say scared money that don't make money. Yeah. Even in the dice game and stuff like that. Hey, if most people who got rich in life that was broke and wasn't handed out to them, they was like risk takers. They would like invest in shit and put money on shit. They failed most mad times. And eventually they put their money down on something, and that was that break for them. But a lot of people, they not, oh, what if I lose this? What if the grass not green on the other side? It was this ancient, I'm going to just mention it right quick. It was an ancient story, right? A king wanted to marry his daughter. And he said, all the men lined up to marry my daughter. But he said, this time I'm going to see who the guy is that's going to marry her. He had a long swimming pool, but he put clocks in it and said, look, whoever swim to the other end of this swimming pool can marry my daughter. So, listen to this shit. So they was visualizing all the benefits of being an in-law to the king, but as they look at the swimming pool, they can see nothing but their graveyard. But One dude was pushed in the pool by another guy, just threw him in there. Instead of him like getting out, once he fell in, he said, fuck it, I'm gonna swim over. And when he swam over, as he was swimming, he made it over. And the king was like, you see, these was toy crocs.
Oh.
It was fake. He put fake crocs in the water. They wasn't even real. So that showed you that false evidence appearing real. They kept looking at the, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't even real. It was just shit put there to steer you from you pursuing what you really need to do. So he wanted to actually marry the king's daughter. Now the dude who pushed him in there got to feel like a fucking villain. You should have thrown yourself in there, you know. But that was like a test. It was to sit and praise with you, like to back up what the chief was saying on that.
It's like Esau saw we can't beat him carnally because people in the world will be like, no, you can't fight Esau. His military, his weapons, but it's really an illusion because the power that we represent controls that. And it's way, you know, he controls both worlds. So it's like time of the Maccabees. The Lord revealed the spirit world, so the chariots and the army. So it's like, it's all a figment of your imagination. Esau got his sword, we can't beat him. So it's like, nah, we can never come against Goliath. We can never come, look at that. He got this world, he got the military, he got the sword. But really, it's an illusion. But the power that we have, it's gonna smash that shit.
But Peter looked down, when he looked down, and he was walking on the water, he doubted. That's that doubt thing. So that's why you never say, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even if you can't do it, your thought is, how can I get this done? That's the question is like, oh, I can't do that right now. How can I get this done? What's ways around it? Oh, I can't beat that big, strong guy over there. But how can I beat it? See, when you say you can't do something, your brain automatically shuts down.
Yeah.
Say that gate. I'm like, I can't climb that gate. Everything just shuts down automatically. But if you say, damn, I'm tight heavy to climb that gate would be hard. But how can I get over there? Now in the mind, the doubt is still there, but your mind continue to work. But when you tell yourself, like, I can't straight up do something,
That's it.
your brain just shut down and stop working. It kills everything.
Esau can't go down.
Right. It's just like, oh yeah, that's a beautiful point. Yeah, because you won't know if you can't do it. You gotta actually test it out. Because what if you climb in and you do make it? You know? But you won't know that if you think I can't do it. You gotta actually exhaust all your options, right?
Right.
As you said, the person who thinks he can't do it, the person who thinks he can't do it, they're both right.
Say that again. That was heavy.
The person who thinks he can do it, and the person who thinks he can't do it, they're both right.
It's a brain twister.
Yo, that's some shit though. That's heavy.
real, that's true.
That's heavy. Like, yeah, I'ma steal that.
Hey, because if you think, like you said, if you think you can do it, you're gonna do it. If you think you can't do it, your brain is gonna shut down. And it's funny because when your brain shuts down, you actually can't do it. You know, if you tell yourself, I can't climb that, guess what? Look, because your body has reserves of strength, right? Things that you can't necessarily access on the flip of a dime, but through adrenaline or subconscious, you can access it. You know, that's how, you know, like there was a story of a rock climber, and there was a big ass piece of a rock that actually cut, and there was about a fall on it. And when it fell on him, he actually pushed that thing off. So he actually pushed it off. Okay, and then they analyzed it and they said it is impossible with human strength to actually push a boulder of that size off of you, you know? And his body was sore as hell afterwards. Why? Because at that point, his brain tapped into his reserves. Okay, and then he accessed strength he didn't know he had. But it was a life and death, and his adrenaline started kicking. And so he just pushed that thing off, you know? Now, going back to the fence example, when you tell yourself you can't, that chance of you accessing that adrenaline or that hidden strength is just cut off. That doorway is closed and the key is thrown somewhere. Okay? But when you tell yourself you can, then you have potential to open that door because you're going to keep trying. You know?
And even if you fail, see, this world teach you to hate failures. Like in school, like the lowest outside of the F is a D. And if it was an actual alphabetical system, you would think the next letter outside of D would be F. But they put that red F on your paper and say failure, and it make you feel bad. But really, those failures help you. Because how many times you gonna fail at something before you get it right? You know what I'm saying? If you fail at making the car this time, then if you make it the second time, you're gonna correct those mistakes from you doing it again. So eventually you want to do it right. But that doubt demon, it kills, it brings insecurities and it kills your faith. Like a lot of people that's confident is because they set a goal, and even if they failed at it, eventually they achieved it. So once you like, I gained most of my weight back, but I lost like 22 pounds, right? But when I did it, I achieved the goal and got it. So now that builds confidence. Now it's like, oh, if I did it once, I could do it again. So, but when you got doubt, like I can't do that, and you don't put yourself through the risk of trying to do it or get it, that doubt sinks in, and it brings insecurities, and it kills your confidence. And now you got all these, you got this negative energy and thoughts about yourself, and then you become unproductive.
That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Oh, you little faith."
Yeah.
You have it. You have little faith.
Right. And let me add too about Paul, because the whole thing about Paul, aside from all the Chinese bring the Gentiles, when Paul was around, he preaching what? Faith. Because what? He was exquisite in the law. But he's like, yo, you can't make it like that because everybody's already jacked up. You can't make it by just being saved by the law. You know what I'm saying? Now, because if you going by the law, then Yahweh Shai has no consequence. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Paul was so confident what he was doing, because he knew both sides of the sect. He knew, like, all right, well, I went hard for this, now I gotta go hard for this. So that's why Paul went through the most, because Yahweh Shai told him, I believe he told him, like, yo, you have to go through the most, because while you did the most against me, so now your faith has to be pushed and built up even stronger. And that's what it's about. It's about faith. Because if you know the law, like, all right, you know the law, but you have people they talk about the law. They didn't believe in Yahweh Shai, so like that was the whole issue of Paul with the other Jews with like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the law is tangible. Faith is not. That's why the scriptures tell you in Hebrews 11. All right, I believe it's Hebrews 11. It talks about faith is the evidence of things not seen. Now, evidence is what? It's proof. Okay, so faith is the proof of what's not seen. If somebody tells you, how do you know the kingdom is coming? I can't show you a picture of us of me seeing the kingdom, but I can show you my faith. That's the proof. You know, how do you know the kingdom is real? I have faith. That is the proof that I'm showing you. I have faith that is real. That's all I can give you. You know, I can't take you there. I can't give you a time machine and tell you that this is how the Hebrew actually was. But the faith is what justifies the things we believe in. Okay?
And that brings consistency. And that's what makes people scared and embrace what we're saying, even if they don't want to. They're like, look, for years we laugh at them guys and this and that. But what really scares me about them is that they so consistent. And that kind of be like, when you see somebody so consistent in the snow, in the rain, in the heat wave, they always here, they always there. I saw them in this town, that town, that town. That kind of makes you scratch their head like, hold up. Maybe them guys know some shit that we taking for granted off of that consistency.
Right. Yeah, keep saying it, you gotta see that's really something, there's something to this. Even on the left-hand side, what these devils be doing, there's something to what they got. It's just that they're starting to be out of time. You know, at the time it was wise, it was always, but now the Lord is breaking it down now. He's simpling it down now. That's right.
Hey man, look, faith is a spiritual power, man. Faith is actually, I mean, you got to really think about how this works. You can make things, when Yahweh Shai said, you have faith as a seed, the grain of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. He wasn't kidding, man. Think about how you can actually make things happen based off of faith. He said, if anything you pray to the Father for, believing, you will receive. All right? And through experience, you learn that, man. You might be, and most of the time it might be you're in a bad position, and you pray to the Heavenly Father, and sometimes there's a position that literally there's no way out except for divine intervention. Like, you can't tell anybody about it because they can't do anything for you, but you pray to the Heavenly Father, and it's such a specific scenario that the way you get delivered out of it, you know that if you didn't pray, you wouldn't get delivered out of it. That is faith, man, because you just made something that wasn't going to happen before happen in your favor by praying, man. You got to think about that. You know, like, yeah, there's situations you literally about to be in a car crash. Your car spins out of control. You're like, damn, I'm about to die. You throw up a prayer, and out of nowhere, the car just catches itself. You know, you make that happen through faith, man. There's things that we can actually make happen
through faith. And that's why the Lord told Peter, what you bound on earth shall be bound in heaven, and what you loose on earth shall be loosed in the heavens. Because everything that happens in the spirit world manifests here. So if we have power in the spirit, we have power in the physical realm. And you have to believe it. That is how you access the power.
Man, and that's what the fed, that's the damn feds, man. But that's what the devil, he was like, yo, I'm trying to wrap my mind around this whole vision like this. But really it's about, and I told him, like, listen, I don't have to grab a gun and go shoot up a couple of Amalekites and probably kill like 9, 10 of them. Or maybe some of them got guns now. Like I go, if I do something like that, one of them pull out and shoot me, I only got a few rounds up. I'm like, listen, I'm doing way more damage to the American system just by teaching my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, by the power of words, we don't need weapons and shit like that. I'm like, yo, that's why they got you here questioning this and that, because the power of speaking and speech and influence. You know what I'm saying? We grabbing a gun, doing that. Like me as an individual, I'm shortchanging myself greatly. Like I could just continue to teach my people and spread this word, and that's what's killing you devils right there. You know, y'all know it ain't nothing like carnal or no shit like that, but you see that brothers is around, brothers got a righteous influence through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Jake is waking up, and that's causing damage to your system. Like the Lord said, I will consume them with the spirit of my mouth, and I will destroy them with the brightness of my coming. So we don't got to get physical with the Lord. Really, on some faith is so bad, we could put up curses on y'all. Shalak Rayam with the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and not a. And that alone would destroy you, man. That's why back in the time of Acts, they were saying, look, stop teaching in that name, because it was causing uproar just speaking that name. You know what I'm saying? So all we got to do is speak the word, the bar. All we got to do is drop the word and speak, man. We don't have to do no carnal, stupid, dumb shit. We're doing way more damage to you devil's system just by speaking. Just by speaking, the power of words, man. The Lord said, my words in your mouth shall be fire, and this people shall be like wood, man. So this is consuming your spirit, man, and you can't take it no more. You can't, this shit is eating you devils up, man. You ain't gonna wrap your mind around that whole Hebrew Israel like that. Because it's about faith. See, you thinking, oh, if I grab up a couple of the heads, I can silence. This ain't the fucking Bloods and Crips. When you clip a couple of head dudes, and the rest of the whole team fall off, and they don't got no leader, they don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Men is being led by Yahweh Shai, man. Men is being led by Yahweh Shai. So if you really want to stop the Israelite thing, you got to take out Yahweh Shai. But they looking at me like, you the source. I told the devil, I ain't the source. I'm like, what about Chief Gabar, Shah Allah? There's other elders around. They like, we got somebody, we deal with that. But we want to talk to you though. But I'm like, look, and that's how I know that it's a carnal thing with them. Like, see, they thinking like they can deal with a tangible man and stop something. But nah, that ain't shit. It don't work like that, and it don't go down like that, man. See, brothers believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They think, you know, like, I'm Suge Knight or some fucking body, and I got to be, yo, brothers, do this, do that, do this and that. If I be like, yo, Esau could be saved, the name of the Lord ain't Yahushua, y'all brothers got to stop teaching. Brothers gonna tell me, fuck you, man. Some brothers might say it in a nice way or a straight up way, or be like, yo, we gotta separate from the elder. The elder bugging, he got demons on him. You out the camp. I told them devils that. I'm like, yo, this ain't no carnal shit where this dude got on some got people on some zombie shit. You better go check General Yohana out, or you one of them other camps where you got men like zombies, like, you know, do a banana split, do this and that, and dudes just automatically do it. Nah, brothers in the spirit of Yahweh, and they believe on their own, man. And if you don't, man, you better check this out, man, because this thing ain't about men. Now you respect men in rank and in proper order if they in the right spirit. Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am of Yahweh Shah. But as soon as that breakers go left, you gotta, hey man, that's why you gotta study, learn, and read, and do this thing for yourself and on your own, man. Just in case you do get put out in the cold or be that lone wolf, you could hold it down for the Lord, man.
And that's why that's why Peter, I forget who he was, but he basically was like, he basically tried to ask him like, yo, how much would this cost if you give this to me?
The Holy Spirit.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit. He was like, how much can you give it to me? He basically tried to put a cost on it. He's like, nah, like this is not, ain't no cost, like how I'm gonna give it to you? Like that's it. Like, what's the exchange gonna be like? Now you have the Holy Spirit, because that's gonna be a man. Remember the Holy Spirit got to be given or taken from the Heavenly Father. There's no way a man could give you the Holy Spirit or take away. Now he can lead you to the water, but it's up to you to drink it, and it's up to you to take it and to be like, all right, well, this is what it is. Ultimately, it's the Lord, but like that's what these devils and that's what these people try to do. Like, oh, yo, teach me this, teach me that. Like, it's not about just teaching you and telling you. It's about you have to be actually first and foremost. You have to be first. You have to be already chosen. This is preordained. This is not now and then you the elect now. Like the elect was always the elect. That's what the Lord said. Like I know you from the beginning when my Father gave me to you. Gave you to me. You know what I'm saying?
Because he saw that. When you read it, it says he saw that on the laying hands of the apostles.
Yeah, that's
people received it. But what he didn't see was in the Spirit, the Lord had sanctioned it and given permission for those people to receive the Spirit. Right. You know. Now going back to the point the elder was making, that's why they're stressed. They don't know how to attack the situation because let's say you cut off one finger of Yahweh's body, another one's going to grow back right there. Because we are in the body of Yahweh. We're not in the body of a camp necessarily. We're in the body of Yahweh. It's his body. So you kill one of us, Yahweh going to have somebody else to fill that spot in his body. And now us teaching this word, us speaking, is that ultimate attack and defense. Because you can't attack us. All right, what do? But then again, if you don't attack us, we're constantly on the attack by these words. The strongest sword that we have is the Spirit and the Word combined. That's how you get the sword. The S from the Spirit and the Word, the Word from the Word. That's the sword that we use, pursuant to Hebrews 4:12. All right. So the Spirit of the Lord is that ultimate weapon that we use, man. Okay, and that's why these devils can't find a way around it. You got to think about it. The Lord, all right, that's how you know we're doing what the Lord wanted us to do, because look at the ingredients the Lord gave us. If the Lord gave us carnal ingredients, and he gave us a spatula, and he gave us an apron, we would know he wanted us to be out there flipping burgers, okay? If the Lord gave us bullets and ammunition and a gun, we would know he wanted us to be shooters. If the Lord gave us a basketball and a basketball court, we would know he wanted us to be basketball players. But what did the Lord give us? He gave us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and a mouth to speak. Luke 21:15. I will give you a mouth that none of your adversaries can gainsay nor resist. So we know that our job is to speak. All right? That's the only thing we can do with the ingredients the Lord has given us. All right? And that's ultimately what's hurting Esau the most, man. Okay? Now you can put that out. Going back to the topic at hand concerning that faith, man. Okay?
Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
And the Lord did it that way because if Esau could find a physical source of our power, he would take it away. But that's the thing, you can't take away faith. How do you grab somebody? Can I look at this brother pull faith out of his pocket? That's it, good now. You know what I'm saying? I got your faith. No, Esau can't do that. So he's like, damn, like, how do I go about this? Because our faith is in here. It's in our spirit. Now, even if you crack my head open, you can't get my faith out. It's in my spirit.
Yeah.
So now you're like, shit, like the source for
to
them.
get it out is through fear.
Exactly.
Okay, the fear is faithful. That's why you say, why you fearful? Ye of little faith. Fear and faith is worse. You're talking about lions and hyenas. The two biggest enemies ever is fear and faith, man. The more faith you got, the less fearful you'll be. And the more fearful you are, the less faith you will have. That's why the scriptures say, but the fearful and the unbelieving. That why is those two words together? Because the unbelieving is fearful and the fearful is unbelieving. You know what I'm saying? So the way to kill faith is by fear. And the way to kill fear is by faith. You know? So they both, that's why this devil push that fear out there. To kill the faith. That's the only way you can kill it is through fear. Other than that, you can't destroy faith. The elect faith is undestroyable, you know, period. But people that's not the elect and they got a little faith inside of them, you wanna, because during that time you gonna have people fall out the truth, their faith gonna break and they gonna take the chip. Why? Out of fear. That fear is gonna get so high that their faith just gonna collapse. But if your faith is so high, it'll collapse the fear. They rival enemies. And the more you invest in one, the more you kill the other.
Right.
Yeah, so Jacob Sobers either going to eliminate on fear and increase on faith, or do the vice versa. And now, a perfect example, Peter killed his faith in that moment with his fear over drowning in the water, you know? And Paul killed his fear of death. Hey, a lot of these disciples and apostles that got martyred, they killed their fear of death through their faith. Paul went to Jerusalem knowing he was going to be killed. They told him stay because if you go, you're going to be killed.
Yep.
And he said, I still got to go.
He got bit by the
He
bite.
got you didn't see him. Oh my gosh, yo, I got Paul. Paul was not losing his mind like that. He was sitting there mad calm, and them barbarians was like, oh, this nigga's dead. Oh, he's dead yet. You know what I'm saying? They looking at him like, oh, he's dead. And they waited. They watching him. The shit is not swelling up. Paul ain't going crazy. And they're like, oh, he's a god. Like, oh shit, you know? Hey, you know.
Hey, that's why you gotta stay diligent in the spirit at all times. So like this is basically a trial run. This is practice. This is training for when that ultimate time comes. We're training our spirits and our minds to take on anything that these devils come, which is gonna be what? We know of torture. We're gonna know of things. We're gonna know of, like, we're gonna be destitute of some things. We're gonna be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing we gotta think of, and that's what we gotta keep in mind. And knowing beforehand that's gonna happen, that the Lord said He's gonna hold you down, and that's where your faith. That's the foundation of your faith. Knowing that the Lord says it's gonna happen, and saying that He's gonna take care of you. That's where the faith starts. That's why the Lord said fear. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta feel like it was all that God fearing. People say they God fearing. Like you ain't God fearing because what the Lord said, what? If you love me and you fear me, you will keep my commandments. That's why the Lord said when the law's in your mind, even though like we're not gonna keep it 100%, but you have to have some kind of interpretation of the law. It's like, all right, this is the foundation point. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Rehearsing the righteous acts is a form of faith too, man.
Definition.
When we rehearse those righteous acts, man, that's a way of us showing the Lord that we believe in what He has set up for us to be true, and there's a reward for that, man. You know?
And it deals with both, because rehearsing the righteous acts deals with what? Mainly, because you can have, brothers eating and chilling or whatever, but in order to keep these holy days, it costs what? Money. So, and when you put your money on something, see, if you like the Eagles and I like the Giants, and we arguing neck to neck in each other's face, mentioning stats and all, what it's going to boil down to? It's going to be like, yo, well, why don't you shut up and put your money where your mouth is? See, when you actually take your hard-earned money and put it on, like, yo, if you love your team so much, put $1,000 that they'll lose this game. And you be like, nah, then nigga, you don't believe that the Giants is better than the Eagles. Nah, I do believe. Then if you believe, put your rent money that they gonna lose or win this game. If you really believe. See, with us and your Howard Sound, we all in. You never played poker? And you can do the bullshit bets, 40,000, another 10,000. And you can have that hand like, yo, I got this motherfucker beat, but you gotta fully believe. And when you fully believe you got the other poker players beat, you be like, I'm all in. And another poker player see you do that, now you can be bluffing. You can have some bullshit like, I'm all in. And the other player, if he see your faith that strong, his fear kick in like, nah, I fold. And you can show your hand and be some bullshit. They be like, oh, I had a straight house on this nigga. The way he went all in, I thought he had a royal flush. He ain't had no royal flush. He had a set of nines.
Right.
So it's all around you. It's in life. It's all around you. That fear and that faith, man. And you want to invest in faith. Now you can put faith in the wrong thing, like into this society. That's gonna fail you. You know. you want to put your faith in your Habash and your Shai, man, and kill all of that fear.
But there's blind faith. that's what our people don't put blind faith into America somehow recuperating, or even these Edomites think
They need to get better.
Yeah, exactly. We shall overcome. America will be great again.
We've been through worse. We've been through worse.
Have you?
When,
Have you?
When everything blows over.
Yeah.
When it all blows over.
But when it all blows over, everybody's gonna be dead. So you haven't been through nothing worse. You got things that happen in America that only happen in pockets and areas of America. Never the whole the whole with the land mass, whatever. Ain't never been that. Except for like I said, the Native American Wars, but even that wasn't the whole.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Now I'm saying, like
the virgin daughter of Babylon.
Nobody touched it. Yeah, exactly. That's in America's big. Like this is a big spot.
Yeah. Bring that out. Just to back up the point the other brought out.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 13. We have in the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe, and therefore I have spoken.
Boom.
We also believe, and therefore speak.
See, I believe, therefore I have spoken. So that's like the elder's example. I believe, therefore I put my money on it. But for us, putting our money on it is actually coming in because we're putting our time. All right. It takes money to drive, to buy gas. It takes money for all these holy days, so on and so forth. So you actually have to believe in this thing to invest your life into it, man. We actually invested our life. We gave up things in the world to do this, man. If that doesn't take faith, then what are we here for? We just a bunch of crazy people, right?
And that's how you the finance. See, what a lot of people do is some people don't want to charge you for nothing, but to see it sometimes when people serious when they'll put a fee on something. Because if something was for free, a lot of people would just come like, it's free. All right, say you got a class on mechanics. I'm teaching a free mechanics class. Man, people might show up just for the hell of it. But are those people really interested in fixing cars? A lot of them probably know, but they just come in because it's free. But to weed out the serious ones, you put a fee on it. You put a fee on it like, listen, $500 a month for mechanic class. So now people will be like, but the serious ones are like, yeah, hell yeah. I got 3, let's start that payment plan, and they'll get it done. Like the chief bring out the word dollar, it means measurement. Just like a pint. Because when you say you got $1, you got $1 of what?
Right.
You got $1 of nothing because the money isn't backed by silver or gold. So when you say I got $1, that's like saying I got a pint. I got an ounce. You got an ounce of what? You got an ounce of water? You got an ounce of blood? You got an ounce of grass? An ounce of dirt? So dollar just means measurement, but the way the chief break it down, the chief Gabar, he said this dollar, you can actually use a dollar to measure someone's character. Because it's a saying, put your money where your mouth is. Meaning like, listen, I'm willing to bet. I'm so confident, and con means with, fidel means faith. Because infidel is, in means not, fidel means faith. So you call somebody an infidel, it means they're a non-believer. So if you say confidence, con means with, fidel, like fidelity or infidelity. Confidence means with faith. So I got so much confidence in this that I'm willing to bet on it, or pass a lot,
That's why.
And that's how you, that's how you really sit on the opposing side. If you find out they're not willing to bet on what they're saying. So you're like, man, you full of shit. They could be talking shit for hours. Things coming out in that. You bring that money up, all right, bet your rent on it. Nah, man, nah. You be like, man, just shut the, put up, or they say it's the same. Either you put up or shut up. Because if you're not really putting up or about to sacrifice other resources on what you believe in, as far as something carnal, you ain't serious. You just talking shit, But Salaki, go ahead.
Yeah, I do got something. This is the book of Romans, chapter 4, and I'm going to start at 12 and I'm going to jump down. And the father of circumcision to them who are not of the circumcision only, who also walk in the steps of that faith of our father Abraham. For the verse 13. Abraham, which he had being yet uncircumcised. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith. For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect. So that's what we talk about the importance of faith. Because faith is like believing now, because like, yo, we can't carry the law 100%. So at the end of the day, we're already taught when it comes to law. So now the Lord is talking about your faith, because that's why Yahushua was made that sacrifice, because that was a test of the ultimate faith. Because Israel was doing, they were doing the whole, they would cause a sin, and then they would have a burnt offering for it. They were premeditating their sins. That's what Israel was doing. That's why the Lord said, I will do away with your sacrifice, because it don't mean nothing. There's no weight to them. Ain't no faith to them. Because if you're willfully sinning, and then, oh, well, I got this goat or this lamb for this sacrifice, this sin I'm about to commit. Like, what? That's totally disrespectful to the Heavenly Father, man. And that's why the Lord got Jake fucked up like that. Because all those years of disrespected. Where he had to put Yahushua on the cross to be the ultimate sacrifice. And now he's not even going to save the whole nation of Israel. He ain't going to say the whole, he's going to save a remnant. Just those select few. Men, women, and children, man. And that's why the Lord said this truth is more important than anything else. And there's no price to it, man. Ain't no price. You can't pay for this, man. Because what's the exchange? You have nothing that can barter with this, man. That's what the Lord said: freely given, freely received, freely you shall give it, man. It's faithful, man. Because faith without works are dead, right? So you got people talking about you got faith, but you ain't doing no works. You're not doing nothing to prove your faith. Like, come on, like you gotta show and prove. That's the thing, show and prove. You saying, oh, I got faith that the first time you saying you got faith in Jesus. So automatically you already fucked up. So you have faith in something that's not faith. That's why I said they put their faith in God, and God made with a wooden stone. You put come on.
Hey, James said what? Show me your faith without your works, and I'll show you my faith by my works. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That same second chapter.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's around faith without works is there, up in that same area. Yeah, I believe James 2, I believe it's like 18 around there. Yeah.
You got it?
James 2 and 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Right? Bars. That's bars. That's bars. You know? And right now, see, we can say we got faith from different experiences, but to really wait till, see, society's still running. So many people, yeah, I got faith. Wait till shit break down and shit get dark out here. Then shit is going to change, man. Shit is going to change. Like Alex said, shit is going to change. That last days come, you know? But when society really collapses, right, that's why the Lord said, then you will see who my children. Because right now, it's easy to say, we ain't got faith for this, to blend in and do that. And I'm not saying men actually don't have faith, but when you're going to really see what yourself is made of. You're going to really see what type of faith the Lord installed in you. When that grind and that crunch comes, when shit gets really black and dark out here, you know? When you don't see right now, you can be like, oh, if I get homeless, I mean, I can move the big stuff. Or I can go to the food pantry. Like, America never really experienced a famine. They got all food pantry, people giving away food. They never really experienced a real famine here, you know? So, because people got options. I can go to the homeless shelter. I can do this. I can sleep in that abandoned building. I can do this. So, people still have options here. But wait till there's no other options left but your Yahushua. Now, that's when shit gonna get real. When you like, yo, there's nowhere else to turn. It's like when Jake was on the Red Sea banks, you know, the Gulf of Suez. You know, there's nowhere else to turn or go back. There's no answer for nothing but Yahushua. Or get the shit. There's no other way around it. I fought ways around it for months. I found ways around it, but there's no other ways around it except Yahushua.
God bless you.
But right now, people, you know, crash a car, get another. They kick you out, you can move here, move with your eye, move here, do this and that. When all your options are gone and there's nowhere else to turn, brothers, you ain't got contact with brothers, nothing like that, no phone, no nothing, no public assistance, nothing. Then you gonna see what you made of.
Hey, and that goes, and if I made, and that goes from me and the brother Tom were talking ways back. You know the thing, the real thing of the issue of people and their faith and fearful, because a lot of people are scared of death. We have to understand that, like, yo, your life is not in your hands. You have to understand, like, yo, you can die any day. And you know, people see people die and like people get shot and all this, but like, you gotta understand, like, yo, your days is numbered here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand, like, yo, death is around the corner. Remember, David said, "Go walk through the valley of the shadow of death." This is here, man. This is here. So like, people walking around all prideful and all, it's like they got their options. Like, yo, cause they take, it's that YOLO mentality. You only live once, but they don't understand. They still scared of death. That's why that's why mainly these devils, they do these things because they don't want to die. Because they know that what's next. You know what I'm saying? And this mentality, that's why the Lord said he defeated death, because that's what people are really afraid of. They're afraid of death, and that's the main fear. If you don't want to die, and when you come to grips that, like, yo, these motherfuckers want to kill me, and I might die, then that's when your faith is ultimately built. You have to keep that mentality. Not saying like, oh man, I'm just dying today, but like, not no Tupac shit, but like, you understand, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this is what it is. This is all death here. This is death here. This is the life. So if you don't have this, you're dead already.
That's why the scripture says the just shall live by faith, man.
Right.
People fear the fact that
I got it.
people fear the fact that they only have one choice. And they probably rejoicing over Biden or something over there. But people fear having only one choice, because if it goes wrong, they're screwed. That's why a lot of people are fearful of trusting in the Lord. They're like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. But you can't think like that when it comes to it. Well, you can bring it out. We can close on that. Let's brothers got anything else.
Nah, you know,
This is Habakkuk chapter, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Habakkuk.
That's right. So hey, the time's coming, man. If you want the ingredient to making out of Jacob's trouble to get into the kingdom, to be the elect, man, have faith, man. It's easier said than done, but it's doable. All right, and we're all going to be held up to that standard, man. So Lord, we're in this edifying of the elect. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadosh.
Until next time, everyone.
Keep the faith.